Hello folks and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I am Step and this is going to be part 34 of my early campaign where I'm playing as Aragon. And I've just about had it with the Italians. They're still here and they're being annoying. And I'm getting ceasefires and then they're attacking my boats and then I'm getting ceasefires again. And they're just being annoying. They're in my way. I wanted these islands anyway, but I was going to wait. In fact, I think my waiting period is over. So I believe I can attack them, actually. But am I actually ready to attack them? I don't know. I think I still need like another army or two. Just because they do have a lot of royal knights here. So that's pretty much it though, isn't it? Like their infantry really isn't much. It's just their... I'm going to get it charging for sure. You know, they're going to charge me with 3 units of royal knights and... yeah, I'm going to have to make sure that I can withstand that. So I will have to bring enough javelins and militia sergeants, spearmen, all that good stuff, and I should be able to handle that. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And yeah, I'd like to get these islands. And however, before that, my king. So he's 52. He's getting a bit old, and my next in line, Prince Fernando, I've not been able to get him married. He is still not married, and he's 30 years old, and that's getting a little bit nerve-wracking. Just because it's nice to have a son that is married by the time he becomes king, and that's something that the Catholics can do that the Muslims can't. You know, you're not really in control of anything when you're a Muslim. You can't, but I don't know. I have not been able to marry any Catholic princesses as a Muslim faction, so yeah, it's something that's unfortunate about that. But in this case, you know, playing as a Catholic is that you can take matters into your own hands a little bit and try to get these other Catholic factions to marry their princesses to your family. Now, in this situation, things are a little bit precarious because there's not too many Catholic factions left. It's just the Italians, the French, and then the Germans. The Italians and the Germans are pretty dead. They're pretty much on their way out. And the French are huge, but they don't have any princesses. I already checked. They don't have any right now. And I really could use one. And so I'm going to try to marry one of these. Can I not? Why can't I go there? Oh yeah, I can't go there. God damn. I need a boat. Do not cancel. Try to get over there. Oh yeah, so I can't get there because they don't have a port built in any of these islands. Oh, that's so frustrating. No. So that's why I can't get to these princesses. I was wondering why I couldn't get there. Yeah, that's frustrating because, as I was saying before, my king is 52, and like that's getting up there, but he's still going to be around for, I don't know. I want to know at what age does a king, there starts to become a chance that at every year he might die of old age. And when does that start? Does it start at like the age 55, 56, 57? I'm not sure. But I think at one of these ages coming up pretty soon, there becomes a chance at every turn that that they die of old age. And then up till that age, that won't happen. You know, like a person won't die of illness at the age of 45 or something. It'll always be at a certain age, you know, whether it's 55 or 56 or 57. So I'm curious. He's on his way out. There's not much time left, and you know, good riddance because he's awful, and his 4 influence is also awful. However, that makes me want to attack the Italians while he's still alive. That way, if I end up getting excommunicated, which, you know, there's a good chance that I will be, then the excommunication dies with him. However, if it's my son who gets excommunicated, then it's going to be a while. You know, I'm going to have to live with that for a long time. And that's going to be a hit on my influence, and it's also going to be a hit on my general's loyalty as well. So, you know, it's tough stuff. So it's one of those things where, like, maybe, hopefully, my 4 influence can survive a hit of an excommunication long enough for, you know, him to die, and then my son to take charge of the family. So that's going to be the idea going forward. However, these boats have been killing my boats. So, yeah, there's like one fire galley that has like a 3 or 4 star admiral, and I think it killed 2 of my boats last turn. So that is definitely frustrating. Yeah. So I should probably bring, you know, it's risky to do this, but I should probably bring some of these boats on over to the Mediterranean so that I can initiate this war eventually. I was keeping these boats around around Spain just to make sure that like no one could invade and take out Leon, because this is where I have that chapter house. I have a crusade mark already built, so if someone destroyed that chapter house, that would be another hit on my king's influence, which would be really, really devastating potentially. So hopefully France does not, you know, use this opportunity to attack me, because that'd be awful. They do have some stacks here in Toulouse, and they do have some stacks here in Morocco, because they did officially get rid of the Almohads. So now this is kind of precarious, because I have to make sure that I can defend potentially against the French on both sides. Like, I'm sandwiched in right now, and that's not a comfortable feeling. So I am sending assassins over to the French air. I believe is up here. In fact, they killed my bishop who was spying over there. So let's see if we can't get another bishop up here, because I think the French heir is here. We already did kill one of the heirs with an assassin. If we simply kill the heirs and then the king dies of old age, like that could be the way out. That could be the answer. Other than that, though, I am using my spies to lower the population loyalty of certain provinces. In addition to that, I'm also using them to spy on enemy generals, because that's going to develop a trait where they lose their population loyalty for the province that they're governing, in addition to their own loyalty, I believe. Those are the two stats that lowers, I believe. And I'm also still using my inquisitors to lower governors' dread. In fact, there's one right here, Earl of Wessex with 3 dread. And I already have a spy up here lowering population loyalty. So this is down to 121. And so it's really depending on this man's 3 points of dread. So if we can use this inquisitor to inquisit him and lower that dread, that could send Wessex, you know, into a little bit of a rebellion here. So that's going to be the and if I could get that in Mercia, and then if a rebellion destroyed that chapter house, oh man, that'd just be so clutch for me. I just realized that that's a good tactic. That's a good idea, because I don't want to attack Mercia. I don't want to start a war with the French, because I do. I'm kind of relying on them for trade. You know, I'm making 6,000, which is good, but, you know, like, France owns, like, half the map, so I kind of need them right now. So that's why I'm trying to get rid of them through underhanded tactics without going to war with them. So if I could start a rebellion that actually takes out this chapter house in Mercia, oh man, that'd be so clutch. Because that could potentially, you know, start a civil war, so... yeah, we'll see. In any case, yeah, I'm using a lot here. I'm using my assassins, my spies, my inquisitors, all to try to destroy the French Empire from within. So we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, I do need to get an army going, or a group of armies going, so that I can invade Sardinia and Corsica, because I want this out of the way. And once this is out of the way, I can take Naples off the papacy, just because I want it. It's rich, right? It can be rich. They're not using it right. And then I do want to take Greece and Crete off the Byzantines, and eventually I want to take Cyprus off the Egyptians. And I need to get a move on, like, really. I got, you know, I can't keep just like waiting around. What was it, the year 1316? Yeah, so not quite. It's like 120 turns left, something like that. So, you know, it's getting towards the end, and I have some obstacles in my way. If I look at my points, I do have, so I intend on getting rid of the Italians for good. The Byzantines, I think they're spent. Yeah, I should catch up to them pretty soon. So the Italians are gone. Byzantines I'll catch up to. Germans are not an issue. The Egyptians, however, they're still making quite a few points, and I'm probably not going to catch up to them. So it's the Egyptians and the French are the two factions that I'm going to have to deal with, probably through military means, and that is what I'm working towards, is, you know, getting my military up to snuff to where I can potentially fight the Egyptians and the French. The Egyptians I probably could handle. Actually, I haven't looked at their armies in a while, but just, they seem stuck, and they seem weak, and they seem like a faction that could be dealt with, although that's kind of a decent army. So there's some decent armies, but I feel like with the French nearby and the Byzantines nearby and the Mongols nearby, I feel like it wouldn't take much on my end. I feel like I could just kind of mess them up a little bit, and then the other factions might dogpile on them, and that could handle the Egyptians just like that. Although there's a big old army over here in Hungary. But yeah, that's my idea with the Egyptians. I feel like it wouldn't take too much, is what I'm trying to say. So with the French, however, they're spread all over the place. They have territories in North Africa, Europe, the British Isles, Scandinavia. They're moving on into the Russian territory. They're all over the place. So if I get myself in a position where I need to actually kill them all, I need navies everywhere so that I can reach out and touch them wherever they are and track down and hunt all of their family members if that's the case. It would be easier if I just can assassinate them, but if I need to use my military, that is an option. However, to make that an actual option, I need to continue getting my guys teched up, because I'm pretty much there when it comes to my infantry is pretty solid. I have my good spearmen, good swordsmen, and good archers. I have my arbalesters as well. And it's my cav that's a little bit, lagging behind. My feudal knights they're solid. They really are. They're a solid cav, heavy cav unit. But the next step, which is the chivalric knights, is just they're so good. It's not a small step up. It really isn't. Chivalric knights versus feudal knights is just, holy crap. These units crush. They crush. I don't know what the number is, if it's a 1v2 or a 1v3, but chivalric knights can destroy multiple units of feudal knights. Multiple units. And here they are. The French have them in numbers. There's two just in this one army that I just randomly clicked on. What do we have? Another one here. And nothing, and nothing. Okay, so that's good. Good. I'm glad that I didn't just click on an army and all armies have chivalric knights. That would be terrifying. But they have some of them, right? They can train them, and as I just said, yep, here's another one. And as I've just said, they're powerful. And I can't train my own yet. I'm working on it. I think is it Castile? Or no, Leon. Leon is where I want to train them eventually, because this is where I can train feudal knights. So I'm working on it. I am working on my master merchant right now, which is my top tier of merchant, just so I can get more money. But then after that, it's going to go right back to the baronial court, so that I can eventually train chivalric knights. What else do I need? Armorer's Guild. So is that this? Yes. So I need this building. And then I believe I already have horse breeder. Yeah, I already have the master horse breeder. Or no, I'm sorry. I have the horse breeder's guild. And then, so yeah, the only two buildings I'm going to need is the baronial court and then the armorer's guild. Yeah, let's just get those going. Right away. As soon as the master merchant is done, I can work on the armor and then the baronial court. How long is that going to be? Oops, sorry. Yeah, so 16 turns altogether? Okay. Yeah, it's a long time, but I need him. I need those bad. And in the meantime, so the other thing though is that the good news in the long run is that I can eventually get up to Lancers. Lancers are the best heavy cav unit in this entire game. And I haven't really tested them too much in custom battles, so I don't know how well they beat chivalric sergeants. Chivalric knights. But I'm fairly certain they do outclass them. But that's something that I would need to test, is to see, how close is that fight. In any case, Lancers, that's going to be the next step. I need them. And once I get chivalric knights and then Lancers on the field, then I'd start feeling a bit better about, having a war with the French, because then I would have an advantage, at least in one way, right? I would have a cav advantage. I can use my Lancers, my chivalric knights. My Spanish Gentes are a fantastic light cav unit. And then my infantry just has to hold. Spearmen, archers, halberdiers, that's fine. Just hold the line and let my cav just run shop on the enemy. And that can be a winning strategy, but I gotta catch up. Gotta catch up, so that's what I'm gonna keep working on. In the meantime, if I can destroy the French using my agents, that will be a wonderful, wonderful thing. And as far as a short-term goal goes, yeah, looking at you, Italy, and I would gladly take the hit on my king getting excommunicated. So yeah, that's probably an option going forward. Man, I am looking around and I'm wondering what armies I want to use. Obviously, I'm building this up as an army, but I'm going to need more. Because I don't want to take armies from Granada or Cordoba now that the French are here. Like, I don't want to open myself up to a potential attack from the French. How many factions are they at war with? See, just 3. The Mongols, the Egyptians, and the Germans. They're not worried about the Germans, I can imagine, but the Mongols, you know, they have some stacks here. And the Egyptians do have, you know, for their biggest concentration of soldiers is right on the French border. So the French, you know, should be a little bit worried about that. The papacy hopefully starts a war with the French soon. That would be good for me if they did that. Yeah, I don't know if they are strong enough though. Like, they have decent forces here in Venice, but that's kind of it. They don't really have much else elsewhere, unfortunately. Oh, cool. I just remembered that I do have these armies sitting here in Malta and Rhodes. Okay, yeah. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I can probably... Geez, oh, Pete's. Yeah, that's really good. I can attack the Italians right away. So, I mean, not now, but I need to get my boats into position. But once my boats are in position, I can jump in here, destroy the fleets. I really just go ham on them. You know, like 3v1 these boats or 2v1 them. I don't care. I don't care if I disrupt my trade lines. Like, I just want to get rid of these guys. So, that's going to be the call there. Yeah, let's actually bring you over as well, just to get you in position so that I can attack next turn. And yeah, once that happens, then we're just going to go ham. Like, we're going to send in this army, and then this army, and then this army, and then I do have 5 feudal knights ready to go, so they can be my heavy cav contingent, and that should be enough to defeat the Italians. So, yeah, that's going to be the plan. Unfortunately, gosh, it sucks that I'm not going to be able to marry those princesses, but hopefully my son can find a wife immediately once he becomes king. I am ready now to move into the Italian Sea regions, the Tyrrhenian Sea, and the Ligurian Sea here. However, my armies are just about ready, but I just realized I don't have any artillery. And I mean, like, I think 0. I feel like the only artillery that I've acquired in this campaign were mercenary pieces. And do I even still have them? Are they here in Antioch? Yeah, I have a ballista. I have 2 ballistas. 2 mercenary ballistas. Oh, jeez. Make that 3. Gosh, I might use them. Oh, dear. Yeah, I mean, what do we have? A keep. And then, what do they have here? Another keep? Yeah. So, the ballista would help me get through the outer wall. And then it'd be the inner wall that I would have to get in with my soldiers the old-fashioned way. They'd have to kind of break down the gate, which is not ideal for sure. And even the ballistas aren't going to do a great job against the outer wooden wall, but I mean, they'd eventually get through. They would. So, yeah, that's something I just realized. Can I get mercenaries anywhere? So I actually could hire a trebuchet crew and a mortar crew and a catapult crew here in Antioch. And yeah, I'm gonna do that. So now I have these guys, and let's just I think I'm ready to go on in. Yeah, I can't. I have to fight them next turn, but I'm gonna go on into these regions this turn and get ready to start another war with the Italians. And that reminds me, I mean, I want to keep building boats. I really need to like make this a priority, but I just can't go on without artillery. I need artillery to break down, you know, castles at some point. So let's get the bombards. I don't know if I've talked about these yet in this campaign. Just, I mean, why would I have? I haven't had the chance to. So the bombards are kind of like with the mortars. With the mortars are going to be the first gunpowder artillery that's available to the Muslim factions. The bombard is the first gunpowder artillery that's available to the Catholics. It's pretty janky, but I think it's more useful than the mortars, as we've seen in the Elmheads campaign. And I haven't shown too much mortar stuff in the Elmheads campaign, but I think that from what I have shown, you guys get the picture. Like they're awkward to use against city walls because they have an arc, and so they don't always hit the walls. I feel like in the castle battles where the castle's kind of on a hill or a mountain, and I can kind of shoot up at it at an angle with a mortar, I feel like that kind of works out better. But it still doesn't feel great, you know. Like I feel like the mangonel or the trebuchet works just as fine, perhaps. Maybe the mortar is stronger, but I don't know. And then against infantry or soldiers in an open field battle, it's also not great. So the bombard at least has its pretty well-defined purpose. It's made for knocking down walls. It shoots straight. As you can see, it's just kind of on this wooden bed that doesn't have any wheels. So like all artillery in this game, it cannot be moved. However, I believe this one also cannot be turned, whereas like other artillery can at least be pivoted. This one cannot be pivoted, I believe. In addition to that, I believe it also has a fairly high chance of blowing up. I think that after like a couple of shots, the percentage of blowing up goes higher and higher with each successive shot. So I'm not too familiar with them, honestly. I think I've maybe used them. Gosh, I don't know if I have used them. Early gunpowder weapons, bombards, are made of wrought iron hoops and mounted on immobilized stands. They are primarily siege weapons and fire stone balls that shatter on impact rather than piercing the target. Although prone to explosions, bombards easily unnerve enemies not used to gunpowder. So let's get these guys going. Yeah, weapon can't turn, powerful shot, weapon that causes fear, weapon prone to explode, slow rate of fire. Let's get them. I need some artillery. Yeah, because it's a bad feeling. It's a bad feeling when you're about to invade someplace and you're like, oh no, I can't get in. So let's do this. Let's go. I'm not messing around. Like, let's just go. Let's go in. I gotta, like, this fire galley might destroy 3 of my boats, but I want to make sure I get this down. So let's go in here, even if it means disrupting my trade. Let's make sure that we get the job done here. I have plenty of money. I have 231,000. Yeah, that's a ton of money. That feels really good. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go here, and then you can stay. So what do we have? We have three boats here, and maybe I feel like this. My gut tells me this is the fire galley, but maybe let's not. Yeah, let's just go. Let's just do this. So hopefully we can win these battles, and yeah, then invade the Italians and get rid of them once and for all. So my spy has discovered a secret trait of one of these generals here. He's a blackmailer, and when it's discovered that someone blackmails people, then he loses loyalty. And that just made me realize one of the actual effects of discovering these hidden traits. Obviously, the side effect being that you create that vice where he loses loyalty and population loyalty for the province that he governs. But the actual effect of revealing these hidden traits, right, is that they come into effect earlier, right? So it's something that would happen eventually. Anytime there's a secret blackmailer or a secret adulterer, these are just things that are going to happen. The effect's going to happen later. It doesn't matter at the moment as long as it's hidden. But then once these things are no longer hidden, they take into effect, right? Minus piety, minus loyalty, minus whatever. So that, yeah, right. So that kind of like taught me this, right? So this is going to decrease this man's loyalty. That's great. That's a wonderful thing to find out that he's a blackmailer. That's a good job for this spy. And I should be able to lower his loyalty even lower once I do go down that line with that vice line, right? Where he gets a little bit paranoid of being spied on. So that's all good stuff. Let's see, that's fine. And then, yeah, I'm just trying people with my Inquisitors, trying to lower their dread. And that's all good. So it looks like I did. Let's see, did I assassinate someone? Looks like I did. And the French have the best technology. That's to be expected. And we are getting an Inquisition going here in France. Okie dokie. And then same thing here in Brittany. And then, alright, that's fine. And, alright, so the French have declared a crusade on Tripoli. Okay, that's interesting. So now the Egyptians do want to be my friends. But that goes in contrast of the French, so I'm going to decline that. I'm an honest man. All right, that's always good news. So that's all looking good. Is this is the one going to Tripoli, right? Right it. Yeah, it's going to Tripoli. So is there a chapter house here, or is this coming from somewhere else? This must be the one that was up here. Yeah, it has to be. Because there was a chapter house, yeah, here in Murcia. So it must have come down there. Where's it going? Why is it... If it's going to Tripoli, like, why did it go from... Like, is it going to go through my lands? Is that what's going to go on? If so, that's so shitty. That's so shitty. Because I'm pretty sure I can't do that. I'm pretty sure my crusades have to go in a straight line, like, to the objective. And they can just kind of go through they can just go wherever they want and take my soldiers. Yeah, it's dicey. I know I could move my soldiers out of the way, but that kind of makes me nervous because I feel like I'm leaving my borders open. So that does make me a bit nervous. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to invite an attack. I know that weak borders can invite an attack, so that's kind of what I'm worried about here. Now here we go. I have 7 caravels, decent boats, going up against 1 fire galley, 3 stars, attack of 3, defense of 1, speed of 2. So 312 versus 331. So it's going to be a faster boat than mine. But I've better defense and our attack is the same. However, he does have the 3 stars. So that could be a difference. Turns out that I have 7 0-star ships. Yeesh. Down here they have a galley, another 3-star admiral. Galleys are not as good as attackers. Attack of 1, defense of 1, speed of 2. And yeah, I'm just bringing 4 boats to this fight. And my bark is at least a 2-star admiral, so I have that going for me, but yeah, hopefully this is going to be enough. So yes, let's wage war against the Italians. Hopefully we can win these naval battles. Because I have armies ready, standing by. They're ready to go. They're ready to take these islands for the Crown of Aragon. So let's drop a save. And let's just keep moving on. Cross our fingers and hope that crusade does not march through my territories. Ooh, oh my goodness gracious. The Byzantines were attacking the French. Wow. And yes, the crusade is marching right through Aragon. Ugh, God, that's just awful. So, yes, I will allow it to pass because I do not want to be at war with the French. And let's see. So, my assassin failed in killing the French heir, and then so did this one. So yes, 2 of my assassins died. And what do we got? So we found an atheist, -8 piety. That might actually make a difference, just because the governors that I've found that the French are employing are relying more on their piety than their dread to keep their people in line, I think. So that might make a difference. And what do we find here? So, spy network. So despite the obvious disapproval this causes, he still maintains a comprehensive spy network which occasionally gets out of hand, +4 valor versus spies, -3 loyalty. So yeah, this is the kind of device chain that can lead to some pretty devastating stuff. So I think this is, I don't know, is this like the second one or the, I don't know, the first one? I don't know, but this is, we're on the right track here. We're on the right track, so we'll keep working on it. So what do we get? We got the galley. The galley is destroyed. Huzzah. And, okay, so we did kill the fire galley without losing anything. I was half expecting to lose, like, a lot. So it looks like the French are dealing with a little bit of a Catholic bandit rebellion here in Algeria. That's interesting, because I don't have any spies in Algeria. I don't think I do. And let's see, Catholic bandits are gathering in Lorraine as well. Okay. And yeah, now the Pope wants me to cease my hostilities against the Italians. If I keep attacking him, then I'm going to get excommunicated. And I'm just going to take the hit on that. Yep, more assassins are dying. Trying to kill that heir. Keep is completed here in Malta. And yeah, this is gonna hurt. So hopefully he keeps moving on. Hopefully this crusade just keeps moving on, because I do not. Yeah, they're taking some soldiers out of my army. Man, that's such a big hit. That's a big hit. It looks like these 3 armies are untouched, but these 2 armies took a hit. Yeah. Yeah, that shit hurts. That hurts, but it's better than war with the French. That's for sure. And let's finish up this. So now that I did clear off the Italian fleets, let's get my boats back in order, because I am losing almost 2 grand per year by not having my boats in position. So let's fix this up and let's get, hopefully I can attack, right? Yes, I can attack with this. I just remembered, like, did I move my boats so that I can't actually attack? So yes, I can actually attack with these 2 armies. And can I attack with these armies? Damn, oh my god, I can't. Oh, I messed up. Okay, I need to get my boats. Oh, jeez. I was looking at that too, and then I completely forgot. Like, I was paying attention to it, and then I got, like, honed in. I saw those, I just saw red. I was like, I need to get rid of these fleets. So I needed to pull all my boats just to make sure. So, oh well, I can't attack right away. I have to get my boats in order. And then we will attack in the next turn. Well, isn't this just thoroughly annoying? This crusade is not using the boats to go to Tripoli. It is just going right through my territories. And these were the armies that were just about to invade the Italian provinces. I'm still going to go for it because, gosh, even though, these armies have been halved. Yeah, my zeal's at 95%, that's why. Oh god, yeah, these armies have been halved. The units that were at 60 men are now down to 32. The units that had 40 men are down to 42. That's just crazy. That's so powerful. Holy crap. That is devastating stuff. So what do we have here? Okay, so zeal in Cordoba is only 13%. And then in Granada it's only 33, so yikes. Yeah, I mean that's better. It won't be as bad in those provinces, but still, that's some pretty gross shit, so yeah, better get to it. I'm already retraining soldiers here in Aragon, and I'm bringing some soldiers over here to Navarre to help speed up that process. And while at the same time, I don't want to look too weak in my borders as well. So yeah, that's not great, but you know what? I think I should be able to bring over these armies to attack the Italian provinces. Yes, I should. So I should still be fine. I have plenty of soldiers here, and the Italians really don't have much. This is pretty banged up, actually. I'm actually surprised they had this many units, but they're so dilapidated that there's really not much here. And then as far as the army here in Corsica, it's more stuff, but like it's mostly just going to be the 3 units of Royal Knights, and after that, it's not going to be too difficult. So yeah, let's go in. Let's get this over with. Let's take out the Italians. And yes, that does mean that my king will be excommunicated, but he is 56, so hopefully he passes away soon. And like, really, I need you to pass away soon because I need your son, your heir, Prince Fernando. I need him to get married because there's no princesses available. Like, I can't get this guy married. And yeah, hopefully once he becomes king, like, he gets married immediately because he's going to need some time to produce a son and get that son of age before he passes away. So yeah, some pretty nerve-wracking stuff here, but yeah, let's go in and let's make sure that we can take care of the business that we can't control, which is this war here with Italy. This here is the big one. This spy has now revealed that this general, this governor, is an assassinator. So his network of assassins has been penetrated and exposed. The families of his victims clamor for vengeance. He is not a popular man. +2 valor versus spies, -5 loyalty, and -50 happiness. And I'm fairly certain that this person that I just targeted that with is a governor, so whatever province he is the governor of should be facing some population loyalty issues. Hopefully that adds up to something eventually. And let's see, so the French did decide to be merciful on me, and they did decide to use my ships, or their ships. I'm fairly certain it's my ships because I have the greatest ship network. And when you are crusading, you can use your allies' boats to get to your target. So the Egyptians are going to retreat from Tripoli, and that is going to be a successful crusade for the Egyptians, or sorry, the French, and that will of course help out that king's influence, which is not good for me, but oh well. The Italians have decided they cannot win the battle. This is Corsica. Okay, so they're just going to retreat to the castle. Interesting. So no fight for Corsica. Wow. Pillaged 1,200 florins here. And then so this is the one they're going to fight me on, is Sardinia. That's so bizarre. They only have 300 soldiers. I don't really feel like that's worth fighting, honestly. Yeah, so I did lose 181 men, but yeah, that was yeah, interesting that, wow, yeah, that's so bizarre. And yeah, ransom refused. So that should be it for the Italians. And okay, wow. And just wow, perfect timing. So this is kind of scary actually. So hopefully my brand new king isn't the one that's going to get excommunicated by the Pope. I don't know. That's really close. So yeah, my king has just died from an illness. And the Italians have been eliminated. Okay. So is there any word from the Pope? Let's see. I've had a spy caught. Okay. Yeah, more spies getting caught. My assassins are getting caught. Keep is completed. Some more buildings. Drinking den. All right. On to the good stuff. So homelands. Yes. So I have scored 15 points from my homelands objectives. And then I should have scored the 3 points from the conquest as well. So yeah, I got those territories just in time to get an extra point from that, which is nice. And I finally am above the Byzantines, and I'm tied with the Egyptians. Nice. Okay, cool. Maybe I don't have to fight them. Maybe I just have to catch up to the French. Which is still not going to be great, but you know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I mean, that gives me a little bit of hope. Because there's plenty of time left, and I mean, there really is. There's like, you know, as I was saying before, like 120 or so turns left. So yeah, plenty of time. Nice. That's really nice. And I think that's it, right? There's no. Okay, yeah, okay, so this is gonna take 4 turns for that to siege out. And is this mine? So this is mine. There's no one here. So I own Corsica, and it's gonna take 4 turns to get rid of Sardinia. Alright, so how about my siege equipment? So, Jesus. So my siege equipment actually did get a little bit banged up in that auto-resolve, which is just really shitty. God damn it. How about I merge my... Oh, I can't merge... Right, I can't merge mercenary units. Damn. Okay. Interesting. Well, I really hope that 7 men and then 6 men and then 5 men is enough to shoot these siege pieces because, yeah, I don't want to wait 4 turns. 4 turns is a little bit too long. Now, at least my new king does have 4 influence, so he has that going for him. Thank goodness. 35, you know, that's okay. That's enough time. Find a wife, make a baby, and have that baby come of age before he dies. Hopefully. Hopefully that's enough time. And the rest of his traits, not great. You know, to command, to command. But you know what? This is a lot better than the last king. Holy moly. He was awful. Great warrior. So +5 health and then secret adulterer. So when this is comes out in the open, he is going to lose some piety. And he already doesn't have much piety. So hopefully that does not become an issue. Let's get him up to the front lines so that he can try to keep the French from attacking. I mean, they are kind of gathering in numbers, aren't they? They look kind of like they're... Yeah, it's a little scary, isn't it? Jesus, they have some good heirs. Yeah, the French family is good. they have a lot of stats on them. I'm still trying to kill Prince Jean up here, but he's he went somewhere else. He moved. He's probably down here now. Is he down here? Prince Louis, that's one of the heirs. And Prince Charles, that's another heir. And then the king. So Prince John went somewhere else. Yeah, I lost track of him. But it does kind of look like they're building up, doesn't it? I mean, they have troops down here and they got troops above me. And what's kind of scary is that I don't have ports on either of these provinces, so I can't move these armies back to my main territories if I want to. So I need to get that going. I'm working on that port here in Corsica right away. And then I will attack this keep. Hopefully I can destroy it or, you know, take this. And start working on the keep next turn. And I mean, my navy's back in order. So, like, I can transport soldiers from anywhere. I can't even bring them from Antioch if I needed to defend my home territory. That would be an option. But, yeah, I need to really get some numbers going back in my favor here. Especially all of those troops of mine that got decimated by the Crusade moving through Aragon and Castile. That was awful. So yeah, hopefully the French don't mess with me. I mean, a part of me almost like wants it to happen just because there's a chance that I could just kill the French family by them attacking me. I would be defending the this little chokehold here in the mountains of Aragon and Navarre. These are good provinces to defend. And down here in Granada should be good to defend, I think. I mean, it's in real life, like it was a really easy area to defend because it's so mountainous, but yeah, it says it's hilly, so that should work in my favor. I don't know about Cordoba though. I mean, it says it's hilly, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much the terrain will favor me in these provinces, but in Aragon and Navarre, it should really favor me a lot, so yeah, we'll see if the French want a piece of me. I mean, they could go after me at this point just because they're taking whatever they want. So why wouldn't they? The Byzantines have attacked them a few times here in Austria and they've just pushed them back. Papacy still hasn't done anything yet and the Egyptians are still kind of hanging tight. And that's to be expected. The Egyptians are just too splintered to really do anything, so they're kind of frozen in inaction right now. Well, I am tempted to go through another end turn here because there is so much to find out. I mean, I want to know what the next conditions will be for the glorious achievements. I want to see if they've changed it at all, and I want to know if my king is going to find a wife. I want to know if my assassins are able to kill the French family members. I want to know if my spies and my inquisitors can cause any civil wars or rebellions amongst the French. There's so much I want to know. There's so much I want to find out, but I know that I do have to fight this siege, and that can take some time. And I am at the end of my time for this episode, so all of that is going to have to wait until next time. But I just want to say, as always, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and thank you very much for watching. I've been Conestep, and this has been Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.